Hi, I'm Danny, and today I'm here with the Fall Cozy Time book tag. And I seem to have misplaced my tea somewhere. I probably left it in the kitchen, I don't know. But yeah, I had my tea. Nice, fresh, crisp apple cider tea. And it's in the kitchen, probably. Okay, well, I'll get my tea later. So this tag is all about the different things you go throughout fall and how they are cozy and give you fuzzy feelings, really. So let's get started. Number 1 leaves books with fall colors, and that would be red, orange, and yellow. So I'm going to go with Illuminae by Jay Kaufman and Amy. I flip-flopped their names, didn't I? So I'm going to go with Illuminae by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. There's lots of orange, some yellows, even some whites, and a bit of reds in there too. It is definitely a fall colored book. Warm Sweaters, a book that gives you warm fuzzies, and I'm going to go with Rhapsodic by Lauren Thalassa. This book definitely gives me the warm fuzzies when I think about it. It's so good and always reminds me so much of ACOMAF that I get even more warm fuzzies. Either way, whether I look at ACOMAF, I think of this one. When I think of this one, I think of ACOMAF. They both give me warm fuzzies, and they remind me of each other's, which equals double fuzzies. Number 3 is Fall Storm, a book or genre you save for rainy days. So when it storms, I usually have an urge to read about elementals, especially weather elementals. So you control rain or lightning or thunder, any kind of weather thing with rain that you control. I usually have the urge to read about you then. But I'm going to go with Storm Siren by Mary Weber. I tried this a few months ago. For some reason I stopped it. I can't remember why. I probably hit a reading slump or something, and then I just picked something else up instead of this one. But it's definitely still on my TBR shelf, so I definitely still want to read this. And it is Benjamin over at Benjamin of Tomes, I want to say. I'll link his channel below, but this is like one of his favorite series. Number 4 is Cool Crisp Air, a character you would like to trade places with. Now, normally I think of like Aelin from the Throne of Glass series, but what's been happening in the last few books, I really don't want to be tortured by a sadist, so I can't go with that one. But if I were to name another character, who else would I want? Okay, so this one was debatable because a lot of the characters I really love and read about are always in danger. One way or another, they're in danger or trying to be killed or tortured or something like that. So the only character who I can say 100% I probably would be willing to trade places with is Persephone from The Receiver of Many duology. And I would be willing to switch places with her at least just before or during the part where she finally uses her mother's garden and goes to the underworld. That is the part I would be willing to trade places with, because before that she was just like a prisoner in her mother's protected garden. It was just insane. Her mother was like literally like hoarding her, and while it wasn't completely like she was like hoarded in one room, so she was like in like this humongous garden, but that's it. She couldn't see anybody who did not belong in that garden, and if her mother banished someone from that garden, she'd never see them again. She was literally a prisoner. She may have had to gild a cage, but a cage is still a cage. Number 5 is Apple Cider, a underhyped book, and I'm going to go with Mask of Shadows by Lindsay Miller. This is such an underhyped book. I never hear anybody talk about it, yet everyone who I have heard talk about it really seems to like it. This was just like one of those books that just kind of went over or maybe under BookTube's head, and I think more people should read it. It is so good, especially if you're looking for like an assassin competition. Like if you like Throne of Glass, but you wanted like more assassinating, or you wanted the characters to assassinate each other, this is the book for you. They assassinate each other and other people, and they have to do it while abiding the rules of the game, and at the same time trying not to be caught by the servants who serve them, because they are keeping an eye out for all of them. And if they are seen, one of the servants will tell like the 4 people who run the game, and if they find you, you are kicked out of the game, or in a few cases they killed you. But this is a very good book if you're looking for assassinating, and it does have an LGBTQ main character who is gender fluid. Number 6 is Coats and Mittens, It's Time to Cover Up. What book cover do you try to hide? Okay, this is probably the only book cover I've ever been even slightly embarrassed to read and cover in public. Like, if I'm at home, I don't care who sees it. They know what kind of books I like. But if I'm in public and I'm reading something and then I like feel someone's eyes just staring at me, and at first I didn't realize why until I was like, what the heck is going on? I didn't realize why. I was like, what the heck? Do they know what I'm reading? And then I remembered the cover. Yeah. I was so embarrassed with this one. I can't remember how I hid it. I think I just started like reading in my lap so that nobody else could see the cover. But yeah, this was an embarrassing one to read in public. And I think I was actually on the bus when I read this. Not the school bus, like the public transportation bus. And I was so embarrassed. I think I started like reading it in my lap. So yeah, this is the only cover I've ever tried to hide. Number 7 is Pumpkin Spice. What is one of your comfort foods? Around this time of year, I think Thanksgiving, which means I think honey ham. That's definitely a comfort food, but it's something I only get once a year. But if I had to say a comfort food that I can get year round, fried chicken. Fried chicken and Jamocha almond fudge ice cream. Those are 2 comfort foods that I can get year round. Otherwise, I would have to go with the honey ham. But apple cider tea is definitely another comfort drink, really. Last but not least is warm bonfire. Spread the warmth. Who do you tag? And if you're watching this video, I tag you. And that is officially it. I will see you guys next time. Bye!